Good morning, students. Yesterday we have done one example of factorization by two methods. First was splitting the middle term and second was the factor theorem method. So today let us understand it by some more examples. Our first example here, or you can see question number 2, because question number 1 we have done yesterday. So question number 2 is you have to factorize the polynomial by using factor theorem. Polynomial is y square minus 5y plus 6. As you know that in case of factor theorem, what you have to do, you have to equate the given polynomial is equals to variable plus a into variable plus b. For example, here variable is y, so you have to equate the given polynomial by y plus a into y plus b. So after simplifying y plus a, y plus b, what will you get? That is, after simplifying this, what will you get? You will get y square plus y a plus b plus ab. Okay, so this is our simplification of y a plus a and y plus b. So as you can see, if you compare the polynomial by this equation number 1, what will you get? You will see that y square is common to both sides, and on left hand side y having coefficient 5, whereas on right hand side y coefficient is a plus b. So we can write it as that a plus b is equals to 5 and also ab is equals to 6. So these are the two values, that a plus b is 5 and ab is 6. So we have to find the value of a and b by trial method, that we have also done in our question number 1 yesterday. So what we are having now, we are having ab, that is 6. So what are the possible outcomes of any two numbers to give the result 6 by multiplication? You can have 1 into 6 is 6, you can have 2 into 3 is 6, you can also have minus 1 into minus 6, you can also have minus 2 into minus 3. But if you have minus 1 into 6, the result will be minus 6. So this will not be the possible outcome. So only we are having 4 possible outcomes here. So based on these 4 possible outcomes, we can see here that the value of a must be out of these 4 numbers with both positive and negative sign. So let us check these possibilities one by one. That is, let us first check the value of polynomial at a is equals to 1. If a is 1, so we can say y plus 1 must be the factor of polynomial. If a is 1, if the value of a is 1, so y plus 1 will be the factor, and if y plus 1 is the factor, so if 1 comes to the right hand side, so what will it become? Y is equals to minus 1. So we can say y is equals to minus 1 must be the 0 of the polynomial, and 0 means that if you place the value of y minus 1 in the polynomial, the answer should be 0. So now you have to check whether the answer of polynomial comes out to be 0 or not. For this, what you have done, you have placed the value of y minus 1, and after solving, putting into variable and solving, you see that by putting value minus 1, the answer is not equal to 0. So we can say that the value of a is not equal to 1 because the answer is not equal to 0. Okay, now moving on. Let us now put the value of a is minus 1. If value of a is minus 1, so we can say y minus 1 is a factor and y is equals to 1 is a 0. So that means we have to put the value of y1 in polynomial. So after putting the value of y1, we get answer is 2, which is again not equal to 0. So we can again say that a is equals to minus 1 is not the value of a. Okay, now moving on to our third value, that is, now you have to check the value at a is equals to 2. If a is equals to 2, that means y plus 2 is a factor and y is equals to minus 2 is a 0, must be 0. So you have to check the value at y is equals to minus 2. So again you can see here that the value is again not equal to 0. So again we can say that y a is not equal to 2. Okay, now moving on to next comparison. Here we have put the value of a is equals to -2. If a is -2, you can say y -2 is a factor and y is equals to 2 is a 0. That means you have to check the value of polynomial at y is equals to 2. After putting the value 2 in the polynomial, you get the result 0. That means yes, a is equal to -2. What we have written here, that y is equals to 2 is 0 because the answer comes out to be 0. So we can say y is a factor and the value of a is -2. Okay, but our condition was we were having a condition that ab is equals to 6. So if you are having value of a is -2, so what will be the value of b? Value of this is equal to, so the value of b will be 6 upon -2, that is -3. So from here we get the value of b is -3. We are having a, we are having b, so we will just put the value of a and b in y plus a and into y plus b. So we just have put the value of a and b here, and from here we can see that we have converted this polynomial into product of two polynomial, and this is known as factorization. Is that clear by factor theorem? Now moving on, next question is question number 3. This question is very important because as you can see that this question is a cubic polynomial of having degree 3. So what you have to do in this question, you just have to factorize it by factor theorem. So how can you solve it? See here, first of all you have to keep in mind that in cubic polynomial what you have to do, the first step is you have to see the constant term in the polynomial. Here you can see that the constant term here is 120. Here the constant term is 120. So सबसे पहले क्या करना है, जो क्यूबिक पॉलिनोमियल है उसमें constant term देखो क्या है, इसमें 120 है, तो उसके बाद सेकंड स्टेप क्या करना है, you have to make the factors of 120. How can you make the factors? You have to take the HCF, you have to simply divide it by to make the factors. Here we have done 120, we have solved it by this method, that is 260. You all know this method very well, so you have to make the factors of 120 like this. And after doing this, what you have to do, you have to write the factors, that is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. These are the factors that come out to be after solving. Now what you have to do, now you can see here that okay, we have written here factors of 120. Always keep in mind that 1 is always the factor of every number. Moving on, you can see here 2, so we have written here plus minus 2. Again we are having 3, so we have written 3. Again we are having 5, so we have written 5. Now you have to make the combinations of multiplication. If we multiply these two, 2 into 2 is 4, so we have written plus minus 4. Again 2 into 2 into 2 is 8, so we have written here plus minus 8. Okay, again 2 into 2 into 2 was 8, 8 into 3 is 24, we have written here 24. Now moving, 24 into 5 is 120, so we have written here 120. Now moving on, that is, now you can also multiply 3 into 5, that is 15, so we have written here plus minus 15. Now this was 15, 15 into 2 is 30, so you have written here 30, and 13 into 2 is 60, and 16 into 2 is 120, which we have mentioned earlier. So this is the basic combination of all the factors. So apart from these factors there will be none other factor of 120. So now we have to check one by one the value of the polynomial at these possible factors of 120. So let us start testing. First we have taken x is equals to 1. So what will we do? We will take, if x is equals to 1, that means x plus 1 is factor and x is equals to minus 1 is the 0. if x is equal to -1 is 0, so you have to check the value of polynomial at x is equals to -1. You will take here -1. Okay, our first case is that you have to check the value of x at -1. If it is -1, so x -1 is the factor and x is equals to +1 is the 0. So you, after putting the value of 1 in the polynomial, you get the answer is 0. That means our assumption was right, that is the value of x is -1 in this case. Now moving on, we can say that if after putting the value of x1 we get the answer 0, that means x -1 is the factor of the polynomial, and from here we can so from this method of factor theorem we have got only one factor in cubic polynomial. So to find the second factor, what you have to do, this is the method to find second factor. You should keep in mind each and every step I am telling you. So in this step what we have get, x -1 is the factor. You have to keep this in your mind that x -1 was our factor, first factor. Now what you have to do, you have written the polynomial given in the question. Now first step is you write the factor you have obtained in the above slide, that is x -1 was our factor. Now see, you have written x -1 here and you see here that our first term is x cube. So x -1 को किससे मल्टीप्लाई करें कि हमें x क्यूब मिले? अगर x -1 को x स्क्वायर से मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे तो x क्यूब मिलेगा, ठीक है. सो इफ़ यू मल्टीप्लाई x स्क्वायर by x -1, what is the result? X cube minus x. Okay, now you can see x square. You can see if you multiply x square by x -1, what you get? X cube minus x square. So but in the given question there it is given -23x square. -23x स्क्वायर में से हमारे पास -x स्क्वायर तो ऑलरेडी आ चुका है, अभी कितना बचा? -22x स्क्वायर इज लेफ्ट. तो उसके लिए क्या करेंगे? -22x स्क्वायर के लिए क्या करेंगे? सी हियर, दिस वी हैव डन इन फर्स्ट स्टेप. अब हमारे पास कितना बचा है? -22x स्क्वायर और चाहिए. उसके लिए क्या करेंगे? अगर हम x -1 को 22x से मल्टीप्लाई कर दें -22x से, तो क्या मिलेगा? 22x स्क्वायर मिल जाएगा, -22x स्क्वायर. सो दिस इज़ व्हाट वी हैव डन इन अवर नेक्स्ट स्टेप, दैट इज़ वी हैव मल्टीप्लाइड x -1 बाय -22x. ओके, नाउ मूविंग ऑन, if you solve this term -22x into x -1, what will you get? You will get -22x square plus 22x. Okay, but here you can see we are having 142x. 142x में से यहाँ तक करने के बाद हमें कितना मिल चुका है? 22. यहाँ पे देखो 22x हमें मिल चुका है. तो 142x में से 22x हमें मिल चुका है, तो कितना बचा? 120x हमें अभी और चाहिए, ठीक है. 120x अभी और चाहिए. तो उसके लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? देखो, अगर x -1 को 120 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो क्या मिलेगा? 120x माइनस 120, ठीक है. और यही 120x हमें चाहिए था. सो इन नेक्स्ट स्टेप व्हाट वी हैव डन, in next step we have multiplied x -1 by 120. Okay, so in 3 steps we have completed this entire procedure. that is, सबसे पहले हमने अपना फैक्टर लिखा जो था, उसको हमने देखा यहाँ पे कितना है, x क्यूब है और एक x ऑलरेडी हमारे पास है. तो हमने क्या किया? x स्क्वायर से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया. जब मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो देखोगे तुम मल्टीप्लाई करके स्क्वायर की टर्म कितनी आ रही है? x स्क्वायर माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर सिंगल टर्म आ रही है. हमें यहाँ कितना चाहिए? -23x स्क्वायर. इसका मतलब -22x स्क्वायर अभी और बचा है और लेके आना है. तो उसके लिए क्या करेंगे, अगेन x माइनस वन जो फैक्टर था उसी फैक्टर को मल्टीप्लाई करना है किससे, जो हमें वैल्यू चाहिए -22x² चाहिए, लेकिन एक x तो पहले से इसमें है तो किससे मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, -22x से। ठीक है, नाउ यू कैन सी अगर तुम इसको मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो क्या मिलेगा, +22x, लेकिन हमारे पास क्वेश्चन में कितना है 142x, तो उसके लिए क्या करेंगे, 142x में से 22x गया, कितना बचा 120x, इसका मतलब हमें 120x अभी और लेके आना है। तो अगर हम नेक्स्ट स्टेप में अगर हम इसको x माइनस वन हमारे फैक्टर को 120 से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं तो क्या मिलेगा, 120x तो हमें मिलेगा, उसके बाद क्या बचेगा क्वेश्चन में -120, वो भी हमें इसी से मिल जाएगा। ठीक है, सो नाउ यू कैन सी that what we have done here, we have taken x minus 1 common from both these terms, that is x minus 1, and what is left here x square, and what is left here -22x, and what is left here that is +120. So we can say that our given polynomial, that is this polynomial, is the product of this and this. So we can say both these are the factors of the given polynomial. Kindly go through this method and this question very carefully. This question is very much important because this is a cubic polynomial and you have to first find a single factor, and after that what you have to do, you have to put the factor and you just have to see that by what variable you have to multiply the factor so as to get the given polynomial, and that's it about this question. Now moving on, exercise 2.4, question number 4. I am solving here first part so that you can get an idea how to solve these questions. First part is that you have to factorize 12x square minus 7x plus 1. So as you have seen so far that there are two methods, splitting middle term and factor theorem. Among both these methods, splitting term is much more easier method. So we will use only splitting middle term method because it is much more efficient. So let us see what was our splitting middle term method. As the name suggests, middle term. So here you have to see the middle term coefficient here is -7. So we have written -7 aside, and then you see the first and last coefficient, that is 12 and 1. So you have multiplied 12 into 1 and you get 12. This was our first step. Now what you have to do, you have to divide -7 into two numbers such that their product is the product of first and last. इसका मतलब जो -7 जो कोफिशिएंट है मिडल टर्म का, उसको हमें ऐसे ब्रेक करना है दो नंबर में कि उसका जो दो नंबर का मल्टीप्लिकेशन हो वो तो हो इसके इक्वल, फर्स्ट एंड लास्ट के कोफिशिएंट के इक्वल, और उन दो नंबर का जो एडिशन हो वो हो मिडल टर्म के उन दोनों का जो एडिशन हो वो मिडल टर्म के इक्वल हो। तो इसके लिए देखो कॉम्बिनेशन हमें कितना चाहिए, -7 चाहिए। -7 कैसे मिल सकता है, या तो हम करें -1 और -6 को ऐड कर सकते हैं। ओके, इफ़ यू ऐड -1 एंड -6 you will get -7, but if you multiply -1 and -6 you will get 6, but हमें तो 12 चाहिए, तो this possibility is wrong. नाउ मूविंग ऑन, सबसे पहले ये देखो हमें मल्टीप्लिकेशन के बाद 12 चाहिए। कौन कौन से नंबर ऐसे हैं जिसको मल्टीप्लाई करके 12 मिलेगा, देखो 1 इंटू 12 हो सकता है, 2 इंटू 6 हो सकता है, 4 इंटू 3 हो सकता है। ठीक है, 3 पॉसिबिलिटी हैं, इससे अलग कोई पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं होगी जिससे हमें मल्टीप्लाई करके 12 मिले। ठीक है, नाउ यू कैन सी, बट द सेकेंड कंडीशन इज़ कि एडिशन के बाद हमें 7 मिलना चाहिए, -7 मिलना चाहिए। इफ़ यू ऐड 1 and 12 what will you get, 13, so this is wrong. Now if you add 6 and 2 what will you get, 8, so this is also wrong. Now if you add 4 and 3 what will you get, you will get 7, so this possibility is right. But you can see our coefficient was having negative sign. Okay, so our both number 4 and 3 must also have negative sign. एक चीज़ ध्यान रखना, जब भी किसी दो नंबर को मल्टीप्लाई करते हो और आंसर पॉजिटिव मिले, इसका मतलब दोनों में क्या होगा, या तो दोनों पॉजिटिव होंगे या दोनों नेगेटिव होंगे। और अगर हमें ऐड करके -7 मिल रहा है, इसका मतलब दोनों नंबर क्या होंगे, नेगेटिव। इसका मतलब हमारे दोनों नंबर क्या हैं, -4 एंड -3 बोथ आर नेगेटिव। सो नाउ वी आर हैविंग बोथ आवर नंबर, सो व्हाट विल वी डू, वी विल पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ 7 ब्रोकन इंटू 2 पार्ट्स, दैट इज -7 को हमने लिखा है -4 एंड -3। ओके, अगर -7 को -4 -3 लिखा है तो वहाँ पे माइनस की जगह प्लस का साइन आ जाएगा। ओके, नाउ मूविंग ऑन, this was having variable x, so we have written here x. Now 12x square as it is, you have just opened the bracket here, -4x and -3x plus 1. Now what you can do, as you can see here that in both these term x is common and 4 and 12 both come in the table of 4, so we have written here 4x. What is remaining inside, 3x minus 1. नाउ यू कैन सी इन बोथ दिस टर्म्स देयर इज़ नथिंग इन कॉमन, सो जब कुछ भी कॉमन ना हो तो हम 1 कॉमन लेते हैं। ठीक है, नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, यू हैव टू सी द फर्स्ट ब्रैकेट। फर्स्ट ब्रैकेट में देखो क्या है, 3x माइनस 1 और इधर क्या है, -3x प्लस 1। टर्म सेम है बट साइन डिफरेंट है। अगर साइन सेम करना है तो हम यहाँ पे बाहर माइनस कॉमन ले लेंगे, अंदर के साइन यहाँ के क्या हो जाएंगे, चेंज। अब यहाँ पे 3x माइनस का था तो इधर प्लस का हो जाएगा, इधर प्लस का है तो इधर माइनस का हो जाएगा। ठीक है, नाउ यू कैन सी दैट इन बोथ दीज टर्म्स 3x माइनस 1 इज़ कॉमन, सो वी हैव टेकन इट हेयर कॉमन। इसमें ये अगर कॉमन ले लिया तो क्या बचा, 4x, और इसमें ये कॉमन ले लिया तो क्या बचा, -1। सो वी हैव रिटन इट एज 3x माइनस 1 into 4x minus 1. So we can say that both these terms are the factor of our given polynomial. So this was about the splitting middle term method of question number 4 first part, and you have to practice question number 4 second, third and fourth part, and if you are having any doubt you can ask me, and that's all. We will be doing next question in our next class, and that's it. Thank you.